Rare diseases were nearly invisible in our health and social care systems in previous decades. Today, they are recognized as a public health and human rights priority. With this recognition have come investments, transformative treatments, new knowledge, and, more importantly, hope. Yet for the 30 million people in Europe living with a rare disease, huge challenges remain. What's your role in this? Europe's leaders in the field have embarked upon a journey, the journey of the Rare 2030 Foresight study, to prepare a better future for people living with a rare disease. Achieving this success is a question of design, and the Rare 2030 Foresight study has been designed to be iterative, participatory, and inclusive. It calls upon Europe's most dedicated doctors, companies, researchers, young citizens, advocates, patients, payers, and policymakers. Together, they comprise expert panels of over 250 key thought leaders and thousands of people living with a rare disease. These bright minds follow 4 steps of reflection. First, they consider the remaining challenges. Next, they scan the horizon for predictable trends, but also unexpected impactful events, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, which has rocked the vulnerable rare disease community and the rest of the world. By combining different progressions of these trends, 4 possible future scenarios of rare disease policy emerge. Which one we follow is down to you. The message from the rare diseases community is loud and clear. To design a future that allows all people to live to their fullest potential, we need our policies to be defined by societal responsibility, equity, and collaboration. After 2 years of consultation and dialogue, we are coming to the end of this journey, but a new one is about to begin. The Rare 2030 community has identified the need for a new European policy framework for rare diseases, which recognizes new technological opportunities, modern values, and the current healthcare policy context. A new policy framework that leaves no European citizen behind. For a better future for people with rare diseases, this framework must 1. Increase the European Union's investment in areas of health and social welfare, especially for Europe's most vulnerable citizens, no matter where they live. 2. Be led on the ground by adequate national rare disease strategies and investments. 3. Be driven by a holistic view of needs, including the curative, but also the palliative, rehabilitative, and preventative. 4. Foster a continuum of data collection that is transparently shared across borders and sectors. 5. Prioritize investments in neglected areas of rare disease research through multi-stakeholder collaborations. 6. Innovate, with the right harmonized regulatory frameworks and incentives, taking the full life cycle of new technologies and the patient experience into greater consideration. 7. Bring together public and private partnerships to improve rare disease diagnosis, care, and treatment. 8. Clearly measure the progress that we want to make. But how exactly do we achieve all this by the year 2030? How can we ensure people living with rare diseases are entitled to the same rights, social inclusion, and quality of care as any citizen? The Rare 2030 recommendations are the first step in providing Europe's institutions with clear instructions on how to make this happen in the decades to come. But whether this is implemented is not just in the hands of the policymakers. We need a collective voice asking the right questions of our social, health, and research systems. Why does diagnosis still take so long? Why can't we access this treatment in our country? Why are so many people living with a rare disease unnecessarily left behind? A collective voice from every corner of Europe, from every disease group and every discipline, using this roadmap so that the health and well-being of 30 million people with rare diseases in Europe is not left to luck or chance. For every person living with a rare disease in Europe, let's make our request for a new policy framework heard.